Chinese students started going abroad, let's say in the 1970s and the 1980s. And you have to imagine, if you were a Chinese national that went abroad at that time, you had to have incredible grades in the university to get out and to be able to actually qualify to attend a university abroad. The reality is that for decades, China was sending its brightest minds out of China to go study abroad. And the reality is that most of those students, when they went abroad, they never came back. If they went to America, they became American citizens. They settled down in America. Okay? It's not until recently that now China has had all of this economic growth that now we've seen the opposite. We're now seeing that Chinese international students are going back to China. But again, many Chinese students around the world. Again, name a major city in the world right now that doesn't have a vibrant Chinese community. Chinese are everywhere. Again, it goes back to that point. The Chinese are cut off from the outside world. Well, how can they be? There's Chinese people everywhere. You don't think they're talking back with their relatives back home? But the reality is that many Chinese students still do end up settling in beautiful countries like here in Canada. They're eventually going to become a Canadian national, settling down here, establishing their life. A great example of this that I can give is a man by the name of Eric Yuan. Now, Eric Yuan was born in Shandong province. He applied 8 times for a visa to the United States, but was rejected all 8 times because his English was too poor. Finally, on the 9th time, he was successful. He finally got the visa, and he came to California. Okay? He eventually went on to earn an MBA from Stanford University. And then he started his company in 2011 called Zoom Communications. All of us know Zoom now because of COVID-19. Eric is now, in 2007, Eric became a naturalized American citizen. His 3 children were born in America. They're all American citizens. His company, Zoom, American company. He's employing Americans. Everything is benefited because America welcomed this Chinese immigrant student into their country. Eric Yuan is worth $16 billion now because of Zoom Communications. He has a tremendous impact into America. He's paying a lot of tax. He's doing creating a lot of jobs. He's really helping the American economy. So it really breaks my heart when I see American senators saying, we need to come out and we need to ban Chinese international students. I had comments on my YouTube channel saying, you know what? We need to do better than that. Let's ban all international students. Why do we even need them here in America? To me, that is such a short-minded mindset. That's not how you get your country stronger. And that's one of the lessons that I learned here in Canada. Canada is built on diversity. It's literally written into the Constitution here in Canada. And this is why Canada is such a vibrant community of cultures from around the world. But again, we need to learn about these other cultures. We need to bring them in. Okay, we need to learn to work together. And I'm going to close it with this. I'm going to take you to Beijing, to the most important building in all of China's history. This is the Forbidden City. Many of you know it. It has the picture of Chairman Mao front and center. And I want to take you in and examine the words that are written on the outside of this building. Most specifically, the words written on the right side. 世界人民大团结万岁. Long live the unity of the people of the world. This is the message that China is sending to the world. Again, this is the message that the Chinese government is putting on the outside of its most important cultural building. Long live the unity of the people of the world. China is willing to work with countries around the world. But it's very important. What we need to do is we have to realize that China is not this third world country that is now developing. China has to be given the same amount of respect as other Western countries. And this is something very difficult for, a country like my own, America. In a few years, China will overpass America to become the #1 superpower, the #1 economic force. And this is very difficult for Western countries to really conceive and really to, comprehend. Okay? For the last 200 years, we've always had a Western country be the #1 in the world. And now it's China's turn. This century is now an Asian century. The future is in Asia. I don't think this is a bad thing. But I think what we need to do is we really need to recognize the fact that there are going to be differences. We need to accept that fact, but we need to build on our similarities. And I'll end it with this again, this comment. When the United States and Canada, the UK, Western countries, when we can learn to work with China, it's going to benefit everybody in the entire world. Thank you.
你好，如果你喜欢我西瓜视频，你可以给我评论，关注我。感谢你们的兴趣，感谢你们的支持，感谢你们的观看，我们下次再见。